When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. You know, Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
And what's going on, everybody? We are live here for another great edition of Renegade Radio, or Frankie Slosson's Renegade Radio. And as soon as I saw Max log in, I figured, well, I'll hit the live button. How's it going, man?
Good evening, my friend.
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm really tickled pink that you're part of my crew now because you see that thing that I sent you that I made here last week, and it got the attention of one of your somebody that actually knows you from wrestling.
Who?
Mr. Road Dog Jesse James.
Oh my goodness! Oh yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, he posted a thing on that on his Facebook.
So I have a mission for you, if you choose to accept it, because I know that you told me last week that you when it comes to like old wrestling friends and whatnot, that there aren't really many that you have or any or whatever. But I think you have a few. Do you think there's a way that you can convince Mr. James to come on our season finale episode, maybe?
I haven't talked to him in a very long time, but I would certainly, I'll drop him a text and see what he says.
Because I figure he'd do it for you more than he would do it for me. Because I did also send him an email or like a Facebook message, but he never responded back to me because he doesn't know.
You know what? I've written to him several times too, and he doesn't write to me, but he doesn't write me back either. So okay. I just think that's his nature, So I'll give it a try.
Okay,
no problem.
I just figured since I seen that you and him were kind of communicating a while back ago, and I saw it on your page here after I started friending you and everything, and I'm just like, well, if there's a possibility, and since he,
Oh, I certainly will give it a shot.
Okay, because we're looking for at least one more guest for one last guest for our season 5 finale episode, which will be on the 24th. So that'll be about 3 weeks from now.
Okay, so the last show of the season's on the 24th.
Yeah, and then we'll come back Monday, January 12th for season 6.
Okay, cool.
So you get the holiday break and everything, and it'll be kind of same like how it is during season 5, except when we get closer and closer to our 100th episode, and then after that, we'll see where we go from there. Because I really want to keep the show going as long as possible, in hopes that we can do more fun things. But it's all up to the crew, because all these guys and gals that you see that have met on the show so far have been with me, most of them since day one, for over 2 years.
Awesome. That's so awesome, man.
So now that you're here now, it's like, boy, I was thinking about just packing it up, and then you kind of changed my mind,
Well, good, man. I'm glad to be a part of it. Yeah, I've kind of been out of it too. I have my own reasons for staying adrift of the business, and then I come back, and I got kind of uncomfortable with some of the things that were going on, and so I kind of walked away again. And then, all of a sudden I'm getting busy. I get busy again, and now, like I said, I've got this. I'm pretty sure the movie's going to come out, and and in fact, very soon. I don't think before Christmas, but I'd like to believe before next March. It could come out sooner, but
yeah.
So we'll see. And but yeah, I'll see what I can do. I mean, I'll certainly send a couple of messages to Brian and see what happens. And I can't make any promises, but I'll give it a shot.
If you could do so, if you could just let them know about us, and let them know that you're actually seriously involved in our production and everything, and
I'll do it.
Whatever it takes, I guess.
I will do it, my friend.
And if we can't, and if it doesn't work, then we'll figure out something else. I mean, it's just I'm always trying to ask my crew to help me get guests, because most of the time that's what I've been doing. And I realized, yes, it is my show, so of course that's my job, as a showman. But sometimes it's nice when other people help out too a little bit.
Totally get it. Totally get it.
So anyway, so I'm just honored to have you be a part of this, and you know, if I get a little starstruck, you know, I've done a lot more research about you and everything, and I mean, I knew who you were, you know, prior to knowing to have you on the show and interviewing you and all that, but it's nice to know that you actually have had a really, when you think about it, you know, your career, even though it might not last as long professionally, you had a lot of cool and exciting matches. I mean, you're definitely like a movie worthy like person, like to like if they ever do a film about you or something like that, you know, I definitely say you've accomplished those steps anyway to making a movie about you.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, it's amazing because you know I've been very blessed in my life. You know,
Yeah,
I just am. I'm a real fortunate guy. I was in a business that, you know, as a collegiate. First of all, I was a collegiate athlete, which took me all over the country.
yep,
So I got to live in the great state of Iowa for 3 years while I went to school there. I got to live in the great state of Idaho for a couple of years while I went to school here. And during
sure,
that time, I got to travel all over the country as an amateur athlete, just because that's the nature of the beast. And then when I graduated from school and moved to Los Angeles, and then I ran into professional wrestling, and then you know professional wrestling's taken me all over the world. So I'm a pretty lucky guy. I've had a very lucky career. Let's put it that way.
well, yeah, yeah,
Mama
and now
Kate.
now being a part of our group, I hope that yeah, people really you know remember you and recognize you for what you did, and maybe this gives you a new lease on life. So this re-erects the legacy or the legend of Max Payne.
Well, and then the other thing is I've got what goes with I'm hoping. I know this is going to sound a little bizarre, but you know the whole reason that I made the movie was because I kind of put the cart before the horse in the sense that I wrote the music for the movie years before I made the movie. So I
Oh,
wrote
sure,
the soundtrack for this movie that's coming out. And when the movie finally does get closer, and I'm working on my publishing company right now. I'm working with my oldest son, who's a musician as well, and I'm making sure all the mixes are good. I'm gonna release this album that goes with the movie as well, and so I'll let you hear some of it before we go to air with it, and then you can
sure.
decide. You know, maybe once this thing kicks off, you know, maybe we want to do something with the album and some of the songs on the album too. You know,
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if it's original music and it's your
all
own piece.
original.
Yeah, you're not copying nobody else, even though you're making your own style. But like, no, I totally get it. No,
Yeah, no,
I definitely want to.
it's all
Yeah,
original music.
okay. Yeah, I mean, we'd be happy to help distribute
I'll
or
let you
find a
listen
way
to
to
it.
promote it.
I'll let you listen to it first. What kind of
Yeah.
music do you like?
Oh, I like just about anything, but I feel you're a rock and roller just like I am.
Right.
Like
So,
really.
you know, it's pretty classic, you know, rock and roll, blues. It's got a little bit of everything in it. So, but I'd let you hear it first so you can make the decision whether you want to take that chance and throw it out there for people to hear. But
Oh,
there's a lot
absolutely.
of great stories behind that as well. And
Okay.
so when we get to that point, when we're getting closer, we'll talk about that more, and you can decide, you know, how you want to approach that as well.
Now, who is the distributing company that's helping you do this stuff?
I'm gonna do it all myself.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna, you know, it's one of those things that once the movie comes out, it's this guy I met quite a few years ago, and we've just been in negotiations with it. He's got a he's got a built-in network of his own, and
Okay.
got a bunch of connections, and so he's pretty confident he can distribute the movie. And in the terms of the music, you know, once it's on Spotify and Apple Music, then that way, you know, the primary source of distributing it would just be the streaming platforms. And then I'll also have a way, if somebody still wants, this is going to sound really weird, a CD. You can buy a CD if you want one. So,
oh yeah, that's so weird. I tell you what, dude.
Isn't that weird? I'm sorry.
That more people prefer the vinyl, the work of a vinyl record than the easiness of a CD or digital music.
It's so amazing. I've lived through my brother, not my oldest brother, my brother right next to me in the mid 60s, late 60s. He had a 1958 Plymouth Dodge. I'm sorry, it was a Dodge, and it was badass, and it had a 4-track in it. And then he bought. So I have lived through pretty much every medium from LP to 4-track to 8-track. 8-track was my medium when I was growing up. Then to cassette. And then, of course, LP's always been around, but it continues to be around even today. And then the CD, and now all of the mediums are dead, which is crazy to me. I mean,
that is crazy. Now, are you on your phone or are you on your iPad this time?
I'm on my phone. I've got to figure out. For some reason, I cannot sign into my Facebook account on my iPad. And I got a new tripod and everything. By next week, I'll have my iPad up and running.
Because you've been kind of blurry in and out a little bit since you've been coming in here, or today anyway. Yeah, like everybody else is clear. Like I'm clear. Well, you're clear. You're clear.
If you stay still, then you're clear. But whenever you move, it blurs.
No. But I mean, there's a difference to it too. It's like if you have a good connection, then everything will be clear no matter how often you move. Like I'm moving, nothing's happening. It's fine.
I would hope, man. You know what? I just won't move.
Well, if somebody comes and tickles you, then you have to move.
I got my door locked. The only one I'd have to worry about coming and tickling me would be my little my kitty who's next to me, who sits next to me most of the time.
Oh yeah.
This is my girl Hazel.
Oh.
That was my grandma's name.
Oh.
She was a street kitty. Some mean-spirited human being declawed that poor cat, both front and back, and then abandoned her in the street.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a special place in hell for somebody that would do that to an animal.
Yeah, I don't condone that at all. That's so weird why people would do that.
I don't even. I can't.
Themselves. I mean.
Well, I was gonna say that just so you guys know that last week after the show ended, the Phantom did show up, but he showed up late, and his connection was really shitty. So I only got like maybe a 3-minute interview of the whole thing, and then he tried to apologize. He was on a phone, and he clearly didn't have a good enough connection or something because. Everything there was a lot of lag. Like every time I'd ask a question, I wouldn't get a response. So like maybe 10 seconds later, and I just like you kind of put me in a bad spot because I was going to use that for part of the. That's why I didn't do a Halloween episode this year for Grand Forks Best Source because that was going to be part of it, and I kind of fucked it all up now after I was going to do it and then it didn't work out, because of that, how horrible it was. It's still at the end of last week's episode, but. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like when people do that. I understand that maybe things happen and stuff and you forget, but why do you forget? If you're scheduled to be somewhere and somebody really wants to interview you and, and whether they're helping you more than you're helping them or vice versa, I mean, come on, unless you have something, unless something's really going on and there's a real serious emergency or something or whatever, okay, but don't say, well, your girlfriend had, things that she had to do and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm sorry, and yeah. Yeah, I was trying to remake that, give you a better photo, like a animated version of that, but for some reason, And Copilot didn't want to do anything with that. They kept rejecting my ideas for like a Carrie theme, kind of like, because I had a really good idea to make a good background, like to say you were actually at the school or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then for some reason I want to do that. For some reason, it was too gory. It's like, well, it's just a costume. But anyway, welcome to. Yeah, I saw that one too. That one looks like you looks like you popped a fart by accident too, or somebody did anyway, or it smelled like fart as soon as you walked in. Anyway, welcome to Renegade Radio. Welcome to Frankie Sloss's Renegade Radio. It's season 5, episode 12 here, and tonight we are joined by. Well, so far we're joined by legendary wrestler Max Payne from the days of WCW and WWF, and we got Mama T as well. And then, of course, now Mad Dog, so we got M. We got MMM and Frankie.
And your
And
mom
I
is
got
watching, and so is Ricky.
Yeah, Mom, she keeps, once again, she had to call me just to tell me that she was going to listen today. I was like, well, thank you. But, I'm doing my show now. Mad Dog, unmute yourself and check your volume. Because today is not just an ordinary day. Well, technically it's tomorrow, but second annual Mad Dog Day, at least for Renegade Radio here. Third annual, technically, but
second annual. Tomorrow, I got the key to the city 3 years ago.
No,
Mad Dog Day in Pittsburgh.
2 years ago. By the third annual Mad Dog Day for you, but 2 years ago.
2 years ago for you, but 3 years ago for me.
That's right. So we're gonna celebrate Mad Dog Day. I don't really have. Like last time, I don't really have anything huge planned. I was actually gonna try to come up with an idea for a game that we could play later on because at 6 o'clock we'll have our guest Al Basile, who will be our guest for tonight. Who's a blues singer, and he's going to be popping up and chatting with us for a little bit before we end the broadcast. But how was you guys' Halloween? Everybody have a good Halloween?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, what'd you do there, Mad Dog? Scare away the trick or treaters?
I went to a party, but I didn't dress up. I figured I was ugly enough to go. I went as Mad Dog.
Did you scare the children or what?
Oh yeah. I hate fucking kids.
So let me answer. Okay, because you live in a neighborhood, and I'm sure there's lots of kids and families and all that around there. So did you get a lot of kids that come over your house?
Yeah, I had I didn't have that many. I usually have 300 or 400. I only had 50 this year.
Well, 50 is a lot.
That ain't a lot for my neighborhood, but it was enough.
Okay.
Well, when I was in my business, I was in the funeral business, don't forget, I used to set up a full graveside in my yard, like a full funeral with a casket and everything on it, and I'd have somebody laying in the casket. So this year I didn't do that.
You say, hey, kid, this is your future in the casket.
No, I'd have them look up into the casket, and I'd have the dead guy jump out at them.
Oh,
I'd leave a nice lump of shit in their pants. The young ones would literally just crap themselves. I'd have mothers tell me the year after, my son shit himself on this one. Like, that's what I aim to do, lady. Shit.
I sense a sense of pride in you for that, and I God bless you on that one.
I had a real casket set up on a real hard device, and I'd put a big dirt pile, and I'd have like tombstones, and I'd have the wind howling and flames blowing.
You could have had your own
full effect of a graveside funeral,
or what's a buried alive match. You could have had your own buried alive match there. You were mad.
I'd lay in there, and I'd have one of my neighbors laying there with his eye hanging on, blood squirting out. It was gory.
You and Max could have that buried alive match, you know.
I wouldn't mess with Max. He's too big for me.
Oh, but I'm old. I'm
older than you.
You can just tell everybody you kicked my ass. See, I was a pro, so you can just tell everybody you kicked my ass, and I'll say, "Yup, he did."
I'm older than you, Max.
Huh?
I'm older than you.
You think so?
Yes.
6 months.
I'm pretty
older than Max.
There's dirt in my front yard that's not as old as I am, for God's sakes.
He
I'm
turned 64 just
65.
recently.
Yeah.
And you will be 65. You turned
I
65.
will be 65.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's like a 6-month difference between the two.
Wow.
8 months difference. But what I'm saying is, like, you gotta go back to the days of Halloween Havoc, you know, and the Chamber of Horrors match and stuff, you know.
Right.
I mean, you guys
right.
gotta have. I've been watching some of that because since WCW launched their YouTube channel, they've been putting all types of events on their channel for free and all that. So you can go back and watch the first Clash of Champions. You can watch Super Brawls. You can watch the one where you played the national anthem and everything. And
Wow.
oh yeah, it's amazing.
That's awesome.
Good old
I
WCW.
need to go look at it because there's a show. You know, I only played the guitar publicly in the WCW twice, which I look back in retrospect to this day, and it still blows my mind. And I can't find the pay-per-view where I played the guitar at the pay-per-view. So I need to go back and see if I can investigate and find see if I can find that one. Maybe they don't even. Maybe
It
they
was
cut
either
it out and
Super Brawl,
it's not even.
it was either Super Brawl 2 or 3.
I think you're right.
It was the one where you faced Dustin Reynolds for the United States Championship.
Well,
I
that
believe.
was the
Either
one where I
United
played
States
the
or
national anthem.
Okay.
So that was
but
the
there's
first
another
time
one.
I played the guitar publicly.
Okay.
And then after that, for whatever reason, I did this special called the Norma Jean's Blues, where I played the guitar, and it was just like a music video that I shot at Center Stage one day. And then they never had me play the guitar ever again. And then one night they needed to fill some time. Something had happened. Somebody didn't show up or something, and they rushed me out there at the last minute. And I went out and played. And I've always wanted to see. I always wanted a copy of that. And
Okay.
I don't know which one it is. I think it was in 93 or 94. It was either 93 or 94 when I did that. And so to know that, I need to go do some more investigation and see if I can find it.
Yeah, because I mean, the one that I saw was Super Brawl 3 anyway. So
The one where I played the national anthem.
Yeah. The one with Jesse Ventura.
That was a tough night. That was a real tough night.
Oh yeah. Well, it seemed like when Eric Bischoff was trying to interview you and everything, it was just, or he was interviewing somebody or whatever he was doing. It just seemed like he didn't know like how to get his cues right or something at that time or something.
Well,
you know?
and the hard part about that night is, you know, I'd never done that before, so here I'm out there supposed to be a heel. And I'm out there playing the national anthem. And when you watched me playing the national anthem, at first people are going, "Oh bullshit, he's not playing." And then as quickly as they're going, "Oh wow, he's like really playing," they start putting their hands over their heart and like really getting into it. And then they tried to run me out there as a heel. Well, nobody wants to boo a guy who just played the national anthem.
Yeah.
And so they confused the crowd about who I was right from my inception into the WCW. And so it was a tough night. At first, people are going,
mute your audio there, screen.
You
hear me?
Yeah, I still hear an echo or hear the echo from us.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. That's good.
So did I lose?
Yeah, hey, John, find that and play that for us.
Well, I mean, I'll see what I can do and see if I can find that. You know, I'll do some research later on and see, because I'm always looking through the archives of stuff. You know, lately since they've been releasing all these pay-per-views and stuff, you know, for free on their YouTube channel, and that's on Peacock as well. That's where I remember seeing it. But I also remember too, because you were subbing in for Ron Simmons because he was supposed to take on Dustin at that time, but he was injured or something supposedly. So, yeah, fun to do wrestler research. I loved it. Well, anyway, yeah, we almost got everybody here. We're still waiting on John Roberts here. I did send him a link. I don't know if he should have got it, as far as I'm aware. I'll try to send everybody the link again one more time here just to make sure. But anyway, I'm glad that you guys are all here. Hope everybody had a good Halloween weekend and didn't do anything too scary. But Sam, did you do anything for Halloween at all?
No, I never do.
Oh, then why you
That's
still
how
have
you-
your costume on?
I
That's how
hate
you get the spirit.
I hate Halloween.
Yeah, but you said you hate all holidays. So.
Then why you still got your costume on as a jagoff?
No, I'm screaming. I'm a mad dog.
Bah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You guys are so funny. Oh, there he is. There's John Roberts.
Yeah, Sean.
John!
He
There
said
he
5
is.
o'clock.
Jean-Claude Van Damme!
said
No,
5
that's
o'clock.
fine. That's fine. Yeah, well, you know how we do things, a little early sometimes. So the main show starts at 5, but we warm it up with the pre-show anyway. So how's it going,
Jean-Claude, how
John?
you been, my man?
Yeah.
Great to be back.
Don't be
Mama
back,
T, I'm
buddy.
right here.
You done beating off?
I just opened my phone and it's like, where are you at? What's going on? And it's like, oh, here I am.
Jean-Claude, I missed
Sorry
you,
about
man.
being gone for so long, but I thought I might have missed tonight too. We still have a few acres left of beets, and they finally just decided after being off for a week that we're just going to leave them. So here I am, and I'll be up in your neck of the woods on Friday.
Yeah, I was going to say too.
The hunting shack
Yeah,
on Friday.
We'll have to figure out something because before our season ends here, I still want you to do a segment, and if I have to do it with you or film you or whatever, that's fine. I don't have a problem doing that. We can do anything. I don't care if we're just hunting for a little bit or whatever. Show me how to cock a gun or whatever. I don't know.
What'd you say? Show
Whatever
him
you
your
guys
cock.
do.
Hey, Jacques, he said show his cock.
Since you've been gone for a while.
Hey, you would have had a
and-
blast in the beet harvest with me tonight.
Oh, I'm sure I
You
would
would have had a
have.
blast in the beet harvest in the truck with me.
I seen enough of that when I was.
You guys, it's so crazy.
How crazy is it?
Just hundreds of millions of tons of beets. It's just nuts. Yeah. Anyway, and then I got
Was
I've been trying to do some work with.
Or was it meat?
It was beets. And then I got called in to do a talk radio show last Monday, so I gotta jump on that opportunity. So I'm kind of working with another media company right now about possibly doing more work with them. So we'll see. Hopefully, I need to make up my mind, or maybe we'll see.
You mean we're not enough for you there, John, or you have to go and soar like an eagle, and continue your radio career and forget about the little people?
I miss radio and I don't. We had talked. One of the talks I had with this company was possibly programming their classic rock station. And I've never been a talk radio guy until we created Grand Forks Best Source. And I mean, it's the only difference from that and radio is my interviews are an hour long now instead of 3 minutes, or 6 minutes or whatever. But I've never been a talk radio guy, but I've hosted this talk radio show a couple of times now, and I like it. I got to bite my tongue. I don't know what I can get away with yet, or what I can't get away with after not being, watched by the FCC for the last 5 years. Now you gotta be careful with what you say, especially when it comes to politics. But the people, because they try to get under your skin. It's so amazing how bad they try. But anyway.
Well, people are stupid sometimes, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's nice. I'm glad that you're back and everything. I'm glad you didn't forget about the little people in your life, and and we are those little people in your life.
No,
Speak for yourself.
no, work is work.
Yeah,
There's nothing little about my brother.
Yeah, did you have a chance to see the little roast that they did against each other with Sam and Mad Dog last week?
I saw part of it. I only saw a little bit of it.
Who do you think won?
Well, we know who won. It was Mad Dog, obviously.
You're muted again, Sam. Sam, you're muted.
Sam's losing his
Can you hear
mind.
me?
You're
It's
muted.
hard to
There, now
think
we
of
can.
stuff about your brother. You know what I'm saying? On the spot. Now, when we do it as we go in the show, it's funnier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you
Well,
should let
I
it
had
go.
trouble thinking about stuff to say about you, you fucking.
Yeah, but I feel like Mad Dog really had the edge on you because really like he didn't watch what you were saying. He bared it all. He didn't care. He went full blow.
He didn't care if he hurt your feelings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right
that's-
now you don't look like Screaming Sam. You look like Ben Franklin, you fat kite inventing motherfucker.
I don't
How
know.
could he
Well,
invented the kite?
there's love with that anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right,
Mama
well,
T, I love you. Don't worry.
we're getting to the top of the hour here, and then we officially will start the show. John, we got to do a new intro as well, so hopefully you'll enjoy that, and we'll be right back for Renegade Radio.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
All right. We are back. Welcome to Frankie Sloss's Renegade Radio, episode number 12 of season 5. And if you're paying attention and following along chronologically, we're at episode 83, and we're only 17 episodes away from our 100th episode, which will be during season 6 next year. I'm joined by Max Payne, Screaming Sam, Mama T with glasses now, John Roberts, and Mad Dog. So how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the show. So John Roberts, what do you think of the intro? Was it cheesy, or is it more or not cheesy enough?
Well, I've caught many way bigger fish than that you could have used, but otherwise it was pretty dang good.
In your 3 hands.
Yeah, like
That was pretty
when
cool.
you drank the beer, your glove was still on the fish.
See,
Go
John,
home
if you
and
didn't know,
taking a drink.
yeah. See, John, if you didn't know, you can animate photos now. So I try to animate everybody's photo and try to create a somewhat of a good little intro.
He said that ain't my hands.
Because Sam didn't like the intro that Jeremy did for us a few months ago. So because he
I
said
gotta
all
tell
those
you, I'd have been extremely disappointed if you'd have said, "Yeah, it's a nice fish," and I don't ever think I've ever caught a fish bigger than that, because all fucking fishermen say I've got a bigger fish than that. Isn't that the whole point in a big fish story?
Well,
But Jean
yeah,
Claude
well, these guys all know me and know I've caught. Yeah, they know I've all caught way bigger fish than that. Yeah.
Oh no, I
That was just
believe
a
you.
rare sturgeon.
And that thing on his fish ain't his other hand either.
But there's no fisherman in the world that would ever say they didn't catch a bigger fish than that. Ever. No matter, you could have a fucking
Oh yeah.
blue well on the end of a fucking hook, and you go, "Yeah, this is like a little one compared to the last one I caught." Yeah.
And then it all depends on how you take a picture too. I'm good friends with a fishing guide, and he knows how to take pictures. I've got pictures of the same fish. In one picture, he looks like he's 30 pounds, and the next picture, he looks like he's 18 pounds, and it's the same fish. And this guy's so tricky.
Got a photographer that does that for him on his photo shoots too.
Wow, I'm learning. But this guy also, when he posts his picture of big fish on social media, he makes sure he doesn't show the background, because of the hundreds of miles of river we've got. guys like me will figure out where he's at by looking at the background. See, this guy, he's so damn smart. You can't figure out what he's doing. But that's how crazy it's getting nowadays, just to go catfishing. But, oh well.
Hey, do you notice I say something on your show every day, Jean-Claude?
I've been seeing that. Yeah. I'm not the guy that replies. Yeah, I know. Does our AI or whatever reply to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it says you're our treasure.
Yeah, I don't.
Fan. Please stay on.
You got to make sure you join in on Thursday.
It was a Dirty Thursday. Well, Max, I don't know if you remember John or not. If he was part of the interview that we did with you or not, I don't remember. I have to go back and look. But John, this is Max Payne, the WCW legend, the WWF legend. You know, I say legend, even though he probably doesn't, believe that he is, but he is. You know, he was on TV. I mean, I don't know if you saw that little thing, that little collage or thing, that montage or whatever that we aired a few weeks ago.
Yep.
This guy has done a lot of things, in the wrestling world.
Oh, I know. I remember when I'm pretty sure I was on the show. I'm looking at the guitars hanging in the background there.
Yeah. There we go. And then Ken's back. How's it going, Ken? Good to see you.
What's happening, baby?
Looking as brightly overshadowed.
Being seen is better than being viewed.
Yeah, more over.
Ken's back. I have to throw my Wolfman in.
How you doing?
I shaved my head. Is that
why it's so shiny?
No, we miss you too, there, Ken, because just like with John, you've been out of action too here and there. So I figured you'd be on a lot more episodes than you have been.
well? It's 3:00 where I'm at.
Yep.
So a lot of times, by the time I look at the clock and go, "Oh, shit, they started 2 hours ago."
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, that's unless it gets me dizzy.
So let me ask now.
Hey, I like your background there, Mad Dog.
I have to ask there, Ken, because since you live out in Vegas, well, what do you do? What do you do for Halloween out in Vegas, or living in that area?
This year I really didn't do too much. There's not a lot of kids in this neighborhood, and the kids that there are belong to my neighbors who are real pieces of shit.
Oh.
Like the first year we were here, they were the only kids who came, so it was like, why did I just buy all this candy for the children of people I can't stand?
Yeah.
They didn't choose their parents.
But the moment what's great about that is that's when you just shut the fucking lights off and sit there and eat the whole fucking bowl yourself. That's
when you put razor blades in the candy bars.
Yeah. No, you don't do that.
Yeah,
You can't eat it yourself after.
If
Unless you have two dogs,
it would be a
who are
lot
gonna
more
bark
fun.
their ass off.
Yeah.
I have 5 dogs.
Oh,
That's when you eat a bunch of peanuts, shit in the bag, and then Thomas L. Henry.
I saw one that was great. It said, they said, don't flatter yourself. Nobody's going to spend all the money to give your
Kids drugs.
For free.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's
This
funny.
is what I did.
nice.
Yeah,
I
that's
saw
scary.
that.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
Oh,
My wife and I went out to dinner Friday, and we come home. I said, "Shut the fucking lights off. Let's hide in the fucking back room." There ain't that many kids around my neighborhood anyway, but fuck them kids. I don't want to give them anything.
Yeah,
I
you
said,
know,
I said, I
there
don't
ain't
like
no
people.
kids.
I said, I don't
we
like
used to live in a
people. I
neighborhood with
mean
lots of
kids too.
We decorate and do all kinds of stuff. And, I hide a sound system in the yard so there was spooky noises and, get out my fog machine and all that.
I do the same thing. I told you I have a fake grave set. Where Johnny lives, that the brother and sister, they're husband and wife. So, I mean, if they get a divorce, are they still brother and sister? I don't.
Shut that fucking dog up. I know you are.
Oh yes, oh yes. Well, just remember, you guys, or for most of you, that sooner or later, this will be how you guys celebrate the holidays.
Mrs. Langley, what are you supposed to be?
An ear of corn.
And what are you supposed to be, Mr. Andrews?
I'm a waste of time.
Oh my gosh! Supposed to be Mr. Lambert?
French toast. Bonjour. Mrs. Dalton, what are you supposed to be?
Oh, I'm a pothead.
Mr. Bennett, what are you supposed to be?
A treasure chest.
Now what are you, Mrs. Crawford?
A wine rack.
Oh my gosh. Excuse me, what are you, Dr. Flemons?
I'm him. Mr. Davitt, what are you supposed to be? Well, I'm selfish.
So, Mr. Lowell, what are you supposed to be?
A polka dot.
Polka dot.
Oh, don't worry, I got more here. Just hold on. There's a part 2.
Mr. Kearns, what are you supposed to be?
I'm buzzed.
Mr. Raymond, what are you supposed to be?
Oh, me? I'm raising canes. And what are you supposed to be, Mr. Barber? Dr. Pepper. Oh, that's good.
What are you dressed as, Mr. Jenkins?
A jaywalker. Mrs. Carpenter, what inspired your costume tonight?
Well, I'm just trying to get a hold of my ex.
Mr. Delaney, what on earth are you supposed to be?
I'm a chipmunk.
Oh my gosh. Who are you supposed to be, Mr. Fogart?
Owen Gray.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait.
Mr. Lewis, what are you supposed to be? I'm ahead of the time. Oh my God.
And what are you supposed to be, Mr. Dunning?
A deviled egg. That's great. That's fucking great.
I love that shit.
That's good.
Yeah, not a moment too soon, huh? I saw that on Facebook and I thought it was pretty cute anyway, so I had to share it. Had to share it with all you guys.
I saw one with a few of each of those.
Oh, okay.
I said something to our thing, Renegade Radio.
What did you send? Oh, the link.
Some of them things, yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Because you constantly fill our chat. Everybody was worried about me doing that all the time. Now Mad Dog that does it all the time.
That's all right. I figure a little lighten up the spirit a little bit. Come on.
That's actually how I ended up almost forgetting about the show tonight, was because you guys keep blowing that shit up, so I put it on mute and forgot.
Well, at least you're smart about it.
See the one with the old guy with his penis in a bowl full of nuts? He said, "What are you?" He goes, "I'm fucking nuts. I'm never getting out of here."
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, tonight we have one guest tonight. His name is Al Basile. He's a blues musician. One of Mark Pusey's guys, and he'll be joining us.
I'm having computer issues here.
Yeah, it seems like you are. It seems like it comes and goes. It seems like I don't know if it's this graveyard or connection.
All of you guys were just off for a minute.
Seems to be restarting, and
oh, okay.
So everybody's having the same issue then.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I haven't.
You all look ugly to me.
Oh, jeez.
Not you, Mama T. You're beautiful as usual.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it.
She says I'm number one.
No, Jean-Claude, you look good to me too.
Yeah.
John says I'm
That's
number
who give
one.
me the finger.
And Max
John,
looks
you look
good,
all right
Sam looks
also.
good. Yeah. Well, anyway, so and
Can't
next
see
week,
it.
Double backflip.
yeah,
No,
there
you
you
look good
go.
with your head shaved.
Yeah, you can definitely see the sunlight here from the.
We're only missing Antique Man. Where the hell is he at?
He said he might not be able to make it because remember he was going to be
He's
on the
working.
road traveling.
Oh yeah, he's on the road. Yeah,
He's traveling for something. I don't know.
he roadkill.
He's very mysterious sometimes. So he could be in here with us and we wouldn't even know.
You're out there or something.
Anyway, so next week we're going to be also joined by Mr. Justin Race, the only son Harley Race ever had. He's going to be making his return to the show next week, and he's going to bring us a surprise special guest because he knows a lot of people in the wrestling business. And Max and him have not seen each other since Justin was like graduating from high school or something. Because he remembers you because I mentioned
Really?
told him about you, and
So
he
I
said
must have
that
met him then through Harley.
around the time when you and Vader were having your battles and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so he remembers anyway. Just said it's been a long time since he.
He don't remember Mad Dog?
No.
Oh man, that's a shame.
Not on Mad Dog Day, especially.
Yeah, I wasn't on both times he was on. I was away.
I'm sure you are, because last time he was our season 4 or season 3 finale guest.
No, I was working both times.
Kenny Casanova, anyway, and that was a treat because I like Kenny Casanova. That guy's definitely audio skipping in and out quite a bit. Oh, you'll just have to reset your computer there or something there, Ken, or whatnot, if that's happening for you. Because everybody else looks good. I mean.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Typical help desk.
Mine is.
Well, I can try to help you. I just don't know how to really help you. I can't get inside your computer.
Typical help desk.
Yeah, I'd be
Call
like
the
one of
Geek
those.
Squad. Sean.
Yeah, call Geek Squad. Yeah.
Again.
Next week is the Marine Corps birthday. I won't
I
be
just
here.
lost everybody again.
Oh well,
I'm going to be out turning
I think it's
250 years old. So
It's me.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, because that's what next Tuesday is Veterans Day. It's Tuesday already. So no, that's fine. I mean,
Or
we only-
250th
Marine Corps birthday next
anniversary
Monday.
is coming up.
yeah, yes, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that we only have like 2 or 3 more episodes left after this for the season. We're gonna be done. November 24th will be the season 5 finale, and then we'll take a break during the holiday, and then we'll come back January 12th and do season.
We just
6.
got started.
What do you mean we just got started? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, how many episodes did you
Well, I
miss?
forgot I've been gone for a month. I know.
You and Ken are like tied almost for like how many episodes you missed. I had to find a replacement.
Got to
for
make
Lance.
the money when you can make it.
I had to find a replacement for Lance, so I figure, Max is going to be part of our team now, so Max is like, he's like our new Lance Warlock, so he's covering for Lance now. So.
Poor bastard.
Oh, he loves it. He loves it.
Be a good.
Just in case you need an aside,
fit.
you know.
Where are you, Max? Where do you live?
I am in Idaho, actually, Twin Falls, Idaho.
Oh, you were the Miss Black.
Oh yeah, I used to live up in Boise.
Yep.
Some of the
Black
best
American Patriot
cross country
is Miss
snowmobile
Idaho.
racers from back in the day were from Idaho.
Did you say Black Bear? Or are you talking about the restaurant?
No, you're where the Miss Black American Teenage Pageant is. She's Miss Idaho.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Miss Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
My second ex-wife was born in Twin Falls.
Wow. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
But I still like the
I
town
remember where
anyway.
these guys were from.
It's a good town, actually.
Yeah.
It's growing really fast.
I'm trying to remember.
How far are you from Pocatello?
Pocatello is about the same distance as it is to Boise, the other direction. So Pocatello's west of here, about the same distance it is to Boise. And it's probably, well, Boise's a little closer. Pocatello's a couple hours. Boise's an hour and a half.
Because I don't know if you remember the Shaytards and all that were a YouTube family that did vlogs on YouTube all the time. They're from Pocatello.
Wow. You know, I was actually born and raised in Utah. And then when I met my wife, I moved here. And so, yeah, I've lived in, you know, the deserty mountains of the West for most of my life, excuse me. So I love Idaho.
When you wrestled in WCW when they did the Halloween Havoc event, was that always in did they always have it in Las Vegas at season or at MGM Grand, or did they switch it around a lot?
So I remember going to the MGM Grand, but I don't think both of them were there when I was there. Maybe I only made. I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't give you an answer on that because I don't remember. But I know I went to one.
Pocatello is east of Twin Falls.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, east. Sorry. Pocatello's east.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
The only thing west of Twin Falls is Oregon.
Yeah, right. Well,
So you're by
Boise.
I used to tell people that I lived in North Salt Lake, and they're like, "Oh, really? Where?" I said, "Boise."
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So you're probably closer to Pocatello than you are to like Portland or maybe Astoria.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Portland's probably 10 hours, 8 to 10 hours.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Portland's way up by the top of Idaho.
Yeah.
Miss Idaho.
You basically
I went
go
to school,
almost to Canada and hang a left.
Yeah.
Sure.
I actually went to school in a city called Coeur d'Alene, which is in the Idaho Panhandle, and it's absolutely. I was so lucky. It's such a beautiful, beautiful school, and believe it or not, it's in the junior college amateur wrestling ranks. It's one of the most powerful. It's one of the most powerful wrestling schools in the country. In fact, in the state of Idaho, I think the state of Idaho has a total of like 14 national championships total, like in volleyball, basketball, football, everything. And North Idaho College, I think, has 7 or 8 of those national championships. That's how big of a powerhouse in amateur wrestling Idaho College is. So I was very honored to go there. And as a result of that, it landed me my scholarship at Iowa State University.
Yeah, because you're a former 3-time All-American or something.
Correct. National champion.
And where'd you go? Did you say Iowa? Where'd you say?
I went to Ames, Iowa for 3 years, and was an All-American at Iowa State University, and then a 2-time All-American at North Idaho College. So I was a 3-time All-American.
Right on.
Was
and
Gable
a national
at your
champion,
college
national
or the other
champion,
Iowa college?
Pardon me?
Where was Gable the coach then? Dan Gable.
So Gable coached at the University of Iowa, but he went to school at Iowa State. So his alma mater was actually Iowa State, but he actually ended up coaching against Dr. Nichols, who was my coach at Iowa State. So as you can imagine, the in-state rivalry was tremendous between the University of Iowa and Iowa State. And for years, the University of Iowa wasn't a contender until Gable went there and built their program. And so that's when it all became so in-state powerhouse.
Yeah, I wrestled as a youngster. I was a multi-sport athlete, but I never carried through wrestling. In fact, they didn't have wrestling when I was in high school. We had it 10 years before, and then we had it 10 years after, but not when I was in high school. But I played football and track and hockey, but wrestling is huge, and I still follow it, especially NCAA wrestling. I think it's awesome. The Minnesota Gophers are always one of the better teams, along with the Penn States and the Iowas and stuff. So I still follow it, but I'm kind of a sports nerd, so I follow. But it's weird that I follow college wrestling, besides every other sport that I follow. I love it.
Yeah, wrestling's huge.
I love it.
Wrestling's huge in the Midwest. I was recruited when I won the JUCO national championship. I was recruited to pretty much all the big wrestling powerhouses. So I was recruited by Oklahoma State, Iowa State. I was actually recruited by Boise. I was recruited by Cal State, Bakersfield, BYU, and I went to Iowa State because my wife, my ex-wife at the time, her whole family was from Iowa, and then on top of that, it's a long story. I won't tell it to you now because it's a very long story. But when I dropped out of high school after I was in this movie, I was in a wrestling movie when I was 16 called Takedown. And if you've never seen it, it's actually a really amazing movie. I'm actually going to post it on YouTube because I just went to the 45th reunion of its making. It's really a fun old movie. But when I dropped out of school in my junior year after the movie, it changed my life dramatically. And it's actually what forced me to go back to college because I wanted to get a degree in television and film. And you're not going to do that without a high school diploma. So I went back to school. Then I was recruited because I was a pretty good high school wrestler as well. And in fact, I did really good my junior year, even though I went through this whole situation, with the movie. And then so I went to Iowa for my honeymoon because her family was there and invited us there after we got married. And while I was there, I went and met with Dr. Harold Nichols, who was the coach at Iowa State when I was 16 years old. And then when I went back to school and I went to junior college, he kept his eyes on me all the way through that. And so when I won the national championship for the junior college tournament, he came and recruited me in Worthington, Minnesota. And I ended up going to Iowa State. He was an amazing coach, and I'm very honored to have wrestled at Iowa State University because they're legendary. I mean, Kel Sanderson, if you know anything about amateur wrestling, probably if there's only one wrestler that ever bested Dan Gable, it was Kel Sanderson, and he went to Iowa State as well.
Yeah, yep. That guy that's Minnesota. Gable.
Minnesota's a great team too. Very, very powerful wrestling.
Yeah, that Gable kid. Were you a heavyweight then in college? Is that what you wrestled, a heavyweight?
I was a heavyweight in second grade. I was 175 pounds in third grade. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow. When I was a freshman in high school, I weighed 275 pounds.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was a big boy.
Everybody thought I was a big guy, and I graduated at 6 foot and 175 pounds. 3 months later, I was 6'2" and 200. And it was just weird at that time. But yeah, that's
got you beat.
I was
growing up. I
was too small to be on our football team.
Wow, that's hard to believe.
Our quarterback was 6'4" and like 250. And I knew the football coach. He'd known my family. My uncle, like 10 years earlier, had played for him, so he knew who I was. I was one of his TAs in his weightlifting class, and I wasn't big enough to be on the team.
Jeez, that's unbelievable.
Holy shit!
I ran to 40 in like 9 years.
I think I had you bested. I think mine was 9.5.
I could probably do it in 8 years, 11 months.
Well, speaking of football, since John Roberts is here with us tonight, you want to recap last night's football game for those who may have missed it? Give your perspective. We'd love to have John give his perspective.
JJ McCarthy was back. He was a rookie last year and got hurt right away, so didn't play all year. He started off this year as a starting quarterback. Did not impress me. He got hurt. He was gone for a while. So then they bring in North Dakota and Carson Wentz, who we find out played with a torn shoulder for 2 weeks or whatever, and he sucked. He was horrible. So J.J. McCarthy came back. He did just enough to win. Our defense shut down the number one of the top rated rushing offenses in the NFL. Our defense, for some reason, finally showed up. We've had a lot of injuries. A lot of those guys came back yesterday, but a couple of them got hurt again already. So we'll see. They did enough to win. That's all I care about.
We beat the.
I was hoping Chicago was going to lose. What's that?
We beat the number 1 team in the league yesterday.
Yeah, who'd you guys beat?
We beat the 7-1. Can't remember.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, we played. What do you call it? They were 7-1 for God's sake.
Yeah, I don't know who the number 1 team is. Philly.
They're in our division.
Philly?
They're in the NFC.
You're just hallucinating.
Good,
you were at 7-Eleven and saw the sign wrong.
Almost. We beat the Colts. We beat the
Colts.
Colts.
The Colts. Yeah, the Colts been on fire this year until yesterday.
We beat the Indianapolis Colts.
Good luck with Brett Favre.
Underdogs pretty much.
I mean, not Brett Favre. Who do they got again? Aaron Rodgers.
We got Rodgers. Yes, we do. And we got the worst defense on the run, the pass, the everything. We got 3 defensive backs that are out. So we did pretty good yesterday.
Yeah,
we
the Blake's got a lot of guys out there now, too. I'm disappointed in the Minnesota Wild. I'm a hockey guy.
Yeah.
The Penguins are doing good. I can't believe that. They're all old, man. We got the decrepit Penguins.
It's crazy, huh?
I met Sid Crosby when he played in the World Junior Tournament in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Hey, a great kid.
I announced like 16 games of that tournament. But listen to this for a class. It was him. It was Alex Ovechkin was there.
Wow.
Who else was there? But I talked to both of those guys at this tournament and look at them. They're still both playing, and they're both phenomenal.
A good kid, man.
And yeah, I'm more of a fan of Ovechkin. Ovechkin doesn't chirp. He doesn't whine. He plays the game both ways. If you want to drop your gloves, he'll drop the gloves. He's not going to go hide behind anybody. Sid's got a lot of talent, but Ovechkin, okay, so a Russian scored more goals than anybody else. Big deal. He's still playing. I think he's a good guy. Sid just whines too much. He's taking a few dives, and I hate
it. Whining about 8 years ago. Sid don't whine.
Well, yeah, when he started getting old and realizing that you just can't whine your way through penalties anymore.
But you got to see his point. He whines because he whines because he got his ass kicked all the time. I mean, the living crap out of him. He had nobody on his team that could protect him.
Well, that's the deal right there. Part of hockey is that is the deal. You dress a guy that night, and that's his job. He's going to go kick that guy's ass. That's just all there is to it.
There was nobody to protect.
But that's part of the sport. I love it. The people say you should ban fighting from hockey. I don't like it because these guys, they know very rare is there where I'm going to kill you. It's like boom, boom. And when a guy knows he's won. And they both just quit. But
yeah, they slap each other on the ass.
8 rocks to the face. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. Go take go get your 4 minutes or your 2 minutes and come back out, play again. But sometimes you got to set the example
and set the tone of the game.
That's one of the sports where you can still do it that way. And I like it. I do. But when I
went to a
played,
boxing
I was
match and a
a
hockey game
slow,
broke out.
rough defenseman. So it was perfect for my game. I didn't mind fighting. I didn't mind hurting people. That was the way I played the game.
Hey. Yeah, because you're 6'9", 400 pounds, you big goof.
I'm one of the smallest guys here right now.
No, you're not.
I don't think so.
I'm fucking 4'2".
Hey. I'm like 5'6", 5'7".
My waist
He
is
was
high as my
talking
height.
waist, not height.
Oh.
I'm 6'2" and about, 235, 240.
Yeah. My waist is as big as my height.
6'2", 375.
I'm 4'1", 490 pounds.
Wow.
Well, stand up.
Yeah.
I'm
I am
6'9",
standing up.
350.
And if you're going to that type of weight, you should stop doing things like this.
When nailing your wife's muffin, make sure to always use protection. You don't always need to bone your wife's box. Sometimes you can achieve the same results by using your fingers. Did you know? When peeling a banana, you should not use a measuring tape. This is because a measuring tape is for measuring your gentleman's sausage. Instead, you can just use a hammer. Don't put your raw meat in between a soft white bun like this. It will make you sick. If you want to fill up a hot blonde with your white cream, make sure to keep a napkin nearby to clean up the inevitable excess cream around the rim. When beating your meat, you should not use a cucumber. Instead, you should use a hammer. Did you know? When drinking water from a glass, you should not use a whisk. Instead, you should use a straw to make a hole in a corn on the cob. This makes it so much easier to drink water.
There, now you know.
Where in the fuck did you get that?
Called the internet, I guess.
I was just going to say this.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Wow.
Just random stuff to get the chaos started, I guess.
Wow.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Hey, John, while you've been gone, we've been trying to find Mama Tia, a new boyfriend, and we've tried to get a girlfriend too. And she liked the girlfriend, idea, but so far the guys that I've introduced her to, she hasn't liked. But maybe she might like this one.
What I'm looking for in a woman is first a pulse. My favorite meal of all time is one of those double cut pork chops. Hopefully you're paying. Just kidding, I'll pay. I like to bowl, I like darts, and I like to play pool. Those are my big three. I'm a triple threat. I've had my share of crushes. I don't mind telling you that it's been reciprocated. Boy, that's really making me nervous. Oh, I think absolutely. I agree that the early bird gets the worm, but I've also seen worms in the afternoon. I got real involved in making sure the public library stayed open. I spent a lot of time at that library when I was a kid. Oh, the best piece of advice I ever got was from my grandpa, and he said, "Don't fry bacon when you're naked." I've never done it naked, but I've done it with my shirt off, and I've got the scars to prove it. Things I would like to do before I die. I would like to have breakfast in all 50 states. I wouldn't say I want to see a baseball game in every stadium, but maybe half. That'd be fun. My best qualities are very strong hands, if you like a shoulder rub or a back rub or some other sort of rub.
Fuck,
Some
I
other
want to
sort
date
of rub?
him.
Wait a minute.
A rub and tug.
Oh, I was just, I was thinking, he doesn't sound
for a
too
little
bad,
rub.
but then,
So what do you think then? Do we not find a winner?
Oh, that neck rub actually kind of sounds good right now, but no.
Oh, you hang out with him, you can see worms in the afternoon, Maybe
And
he'll show you this.
have breakfast in every state. I like to travel. I mean, that's why I was like, it doesn't seem too bad.
Do you like meat?
He's
Oh,
athletic. He likes blowing darts and pool.
You know what I want?
You have a pulse. So.
I do have a pulse. This November.
Well, she's got to have a pulse. Oh, yeah. She's got two pulses.
You find her in
I tell you. Well, it's getting towards that time of the year. It's been pretty windy around here in our northern Minnesota area. I don't know if it's been this windy, but it's close. It's been close.
Wow.
That
actual wind, or was that AI?
Merry Christmas.
I'm sure that was AI. That had to be AI, but you never know. I mean, Imagine, John, you decorate your house for Christmas, and the last thing that you have is the Santa and the sleigh, and all of a sudden it's windy, and it blows away, and everyone thinks Santa's came early.
Yeah, we used to do all that shit in my house.
In the sky. He is real.
It is real.
I don't know.
Take a take him down.
Here's something else that you can learn in your life here for today's episode here.
Pickup lines that'll get the shit smacked out of you.
Excuse me, are you a haunted house? Because I'm going to scream when I'm in you.
Are you butt dialing? Because that ass is calling me.
How about you sit on my lap? We talk about the first thing that pops up.
Baby, you just like a snowflake. Beautiful, unique, and in my hands, completely wet.
Pardon me, are those pants on sale? Because they're 100% off at my place.
Good news, I'm qualified as a gynecologist, and I'm willing to offer you my services pro bono.
Could you do me a favor? Could you get on your knees and smile like a donut? What? I was only trying to... I'm only trying...
Excuse me. My friend over there is a little embarrassed. He wants your phone number, so he'll know where to call me in the morning. God! Was that supposed... Where the hell he go? Huh?
Just so they can, just learn from example, I guess.
Here's one. I've got one for you.
Oh.
Call me ridiculous because you put the dick in ridiculous.
Oh, how thoughtful. You could write greeting cards for crying out loud. How about this one here? AI is getting really ridiculous, right? Well, has it gotten a little too far? Well, let's see.
Oh, Lord, have mercy! Sweet Jesus, take the wheel! Ah! Father in heaven, shield thy servant. Why going so fast?
Miss Shelley, you're lined up for Granny Fest tonight. How you feeling about hitting those jumps out here?
I had chicken salad for lunch. It was fine.
You excited to race the scooter?
Hmm? Oh, I don't drive at night, honey. Is this Kroger parking lot or?
No, ma'am. We're at Weber Valley Speedway.
How you feeling about hitting those jumps today?
Well, my grandson, he's getting so tall I can't hardly reach his shoulders now. He likes them chicken nuggets.
Right. Ma'am, tell me what you got planned for Granny Fest tonight.
What I got planned is to whip every last one of these young bucks till they call me Mama. I got 4 new tires, 2 fake hips, and 0 damn patience. Somebody cuts me off, I'm putting this scooter in rabbit mode and toting their butt like a sack of feed. What?
How you feeling before the race today?
I can't hear nothing.
You excited to be here?
What?
Are you excited?
Can't hear nothing at all.
Anything you want to say to the drivers?
What? Lord, I can't.
See, John, you guys could have that during the races now. You guys could have that, before the races start. A little old person, with the scooters or something.
I got no problem with it. We got good racing at our racetrack.
Yeah, I know, but this would be like this pre-race entertainment, and then you could do the commentary for it.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
Yeah, their race will start at noon and they only do 1 lap, and the next race starts at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it would take them probably a half hour to do a lap. I don't know if they could because the track
if they don't have to go to the bathroom.
You'd have to you'd have to do it at 3 o'clock because they're going to eat at 4.
Yeah. Well, what about that one woman that she could have been a professional wrestler? She must have went to promo school or something. Holy moly! I'd be scared of her.
She had her
That was
boobies
a hell
hanging
of a
out, her
promo.
old boobies.
The one with 10 miles of cleavage, that one?
Yeah. Well, here's some more fun here for you here.
So I found this Twitter account where this guy goes through censuses and finds crazy names. Let's go through a couple of them. Whorehatch, Georges Quinnicant, My Nuts, Adolf F. Art, Vagina Hunts. I can't forget about Jacob Butt Parrot. Butt Parrot. Ooh, what about Floranius Mehole? How about Weta Beaver? I could see a girl from Southie yelling that out. You're not gonna find a wetter beaver than this! Fanny Frickers. Georgius Big Ass. Ginger Bush, my favorite. How about Fucky Jeans? Good old Fanny Rammer. The name's Banana. Banana Basket. Fanny Attack? Stamp Fart Whitaker. We got Johnson Leaker and Dick Oda. Pissy Plenty, Casper Assholer, and Chad Manholes. Oh, can't forget Willie Bowles. Randolph Breasts. Fiery Fucker? Fucker was the last name? Just a Rectum? And one of my personal favorites, Lucy Jane Holtapper.
Hey, I went to court Monday. Not Monday. I went to court Friday or Thursday.
Yeah.
You'll never guess what the judge's name was. I don't know if you can see this or not. Tell me if you can see. Wait.
No.
Okay, wait.
No.
You have to see it to believe it.
Something Ripper? Jack Ripper?
Jack D. Ripper.
Wow.
Jack D. Ripper.
My favorite names are Justin Case
Uh,
and Anita Farmer.
Anita Man to hug.
yeah.
My
Amanda
son
had-
dated
My
a girl.
principal in junior
Her
high
name was
school was
Amanda
Jack
Filler.
Hoff.
My bug, on the side of my bug, it says Ben Dover.
What were you gonna say, Max? Though?
I said my son dated a girl, and this is just God's honest truth. Her name was Amanda Filler Up. What kind of fucking parents name their daughter Amanda if their last name is Filler Up? That's
How
just
about
fucking
Harry
me.
Dick?
Do you imagine this poor girl all the way through school? Every time somebody fucking, yelled her name? My God.
I need Amanda Filler Up. Amanda Filler Up? Can I get Amanda Filler Up here?
Oh,
How about
goodness.
Michael Hunt?
Yeah, right? That's turkey
Mike
days
Hunt.
there.
Mike Hunt here.
In El Monte, California, there is a street called Michael Hunt Avenue.
Yep.
And when it
It
rains,
really is.
No guy
You
named
can't
Mike
forget
Hawk.
Buster Hyman.
I was driving through there.
Yeah,
I
Buster
actually
Hyman.
had to pull over and get out and take a picture of the sign.
when it rains, then my cunt is wet.
Yeah, we have a customer down the shop. His name's Michael Hunt. And when I was taking his name down, I said, "You mean Mike?" He goes, "No, Michael."
I can show you some tombstones I took pictures of when I was working, and they're the truth of people's names. It's fucking unbelievable.
Well, if we ever do make it to Pennsylvania
Well-
one day, I definitely want to go to this place right here.
I tried America's largest all-you-can-eat buffet, and you won't believe the price. Shady Maple Smorgasbord serves a whopping 2,000 hungry diners, dishing up authentic Pennsylvania Dutch Amish favorites, plus pretty much anything else you can dream of. Highlights, restaurant-quality prime rib, juicy strip steak, smoky barbecue beans, an entire corner dedicated to slushies, and more desserts than you could eat in a lifetime. Everything is so fresh, it's literally farm to table. The best part, dinner, just $24.99. Who would you take here?
I take all of you there.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hungry.
More desserts than you could eat in a lifetime. Challenge
I've been there.
accepted.
You've been there,
Yeah.
okay?
Yes.
Is it
I love buffet.
just like what you
It's
see in the
Amish
photo?
country. That's Amish
Okay.
people on that.
Interesting. Well, speaking of which, our guest has arrived a little bit early, but it's okay. Better late than never, I'd say. What's going on, Al? How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. There's a mob in front of me here.
Oh yeah, there's almost all the members of the Renegade radio crew.
You got me seriously outnumbered.
Don't worry, we won't attack unless you ask us to.
What's that?
We won't attack unless you ask us to.
Okay.
We
I
had you
feel
outnumbered.
given where you are, I feel pretty safe. you in like Minnesota or North Dakota or somewhere?
Well, that's where I'm at, and then Mama T and John Roberts are all around that area. Everybody else is all over the United States.
Excellent. As am I. I'm in Rhode Island.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you're more
I'm in
east.
Pittsburgh.
You pretty much have her covered now, boys and girls.
Rhode Island is like the size
Pittsburgh,
of Minneapolis, St. Paul, isn't it?
Well, I did a little bit of homework and watched some of your older shows, so I have a little bit of an idea of what to expect. But some of the cast has changed. Where's Antique Man?
Well, he didn't make it today because he had to do some traveling today, I guess. And
well, I was going to give him a hard time because I'm 4 years older than he is, and I'm not antique. Damn it!
We always wonder if that's really his real age because he definitely doesn't act like he's 72 at all or 73 or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
a
I
good
was
guy.
going to ask you because I heard him say that his first band from a million years ago was a cover band. I was going to ask him what repertoire he covered, but of course it had to be in the 70s, so I could guess. But I'm going to be interested to see how you all view blues as part of what you got is a popular culture show, not a
They were
blues show.
cavemen, so it was rock music.
I mean,
Well,
to
yeah,
me, blues has really been in the popular culture for about 100 years.
Well, see, and here's the thing about that, Al. The whole show, the whole premise of the idea of the show is basically we're a pop culture show. So I want to get a crew together of individuals who actually had something to do with pop culture in one way or another. So you're talking to not just regular people. You're talking to former professional wrestlers. You're talking to former musicians. You're talking to former comedians and tribute artists and people that actually right next to you here. Ken is actually Wolfman Jack's nephew. So
wow.
So you got a little bit of some royalty there, and then me, I've been doing radio for I've been wanting to do radio for over 20 years. I have experience. I have lots of experience doing radio, but around my area here, nobody wants to give me a job. We'll just say a real job. So I have to work at a casino to make ends meet, and so I do this podcast on the side. But I've always loved doing interviews, and we've interviewed. If you have followed the show or watched some of the episodes, you'll see that we have interviewed some pretty cool people in the entertainment world. So
yeah, absolutely, it was fascinating. The show that had Sam Kinnison's no, whose brother was it?
Yeah, it was Sam Kinison.
Michael Murphy's brother, right? Michael.
Oh, Paul, yeah. Mike Myers' brother.
Mike Myers' brother, yeah. He was fascinating, and you were asking him about his book.
Oh yeah, the John Candy book, which I have with me, which I got my copy of a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I enjoyed that show. I enjoyed that interview, and that's recent. That's within the last couple of months, right?
Yeah, that was a week after my birthday. That was what's it my birthday? Yeah, the week after my birthday, of October 6th or whatever.
Yeah,
so
after your road. Did you watch the road? It was fun.
Yeah, we've done some roads. We do a variety of things. See, it's kind of an adult show. I mean, so there's some adult flavor too, but we love pop culture, and blues is very important to us. It's important to Mama T because she used to go out with a blues musician, and I've known Mark Pusey for quite a while. When I was in South Dakota, I found him somehow through Facebook, and he helped me get a lot of guests for my Black Hills Blues show that I used to do. So.
Oh, great. Yeah, well, I've worked with Mark for maybe 10 or a dozen albums now. I mean, the new one is number 21. So I've had a long stretch, and I've had Mark with me for a big chunk of it. And yeah, he could absolutely hook you up. He knows everybody.
That's what I like,
Have you played?
What's that?
Have you played at a lot of blues festivals around the United States?
Well, I used to. Here's the thing. I started in the 70s in a band called Roomful of Blues, which is still in existence.
Yep.
But the version that
I'm
is
a
out
blues
there
fan.
today,
I know they are.
There's one guy left from I'm with the original crew. I was their first trumpet player in 1973. And in those days, we traveled mostly northeast, but we worked 300 dates a year, and we were traveling all the time. So yeah, I did a lot of touring when I was young, but I have not done that at all in the time since, because I've had other careers, and I was a teacher for 25 years. And, I don't tour now, and I'm a writer. I'm all different kinds of writers. So like I write plays. I'm a poet. I've got a bunch of books out as a poet. I got a bunch of plays out as a playwright that are audio plays, so you can access them on YouTube and, listen to a play that runs for an hour. So I kind of, what you see around me, if you look behind my head, this is my basement, is like, I just stay in the bunker and do my thing, and the work goes out around the world. It's like I get airplay, or the records go here and there, and my books are all out there. And so the part of me that likes to perform, I used to have a local band that I played in Rhode Island. We didn't tour, but we played very regularly until about 8 years ago. And then all the other guys all like got diabetes and retired.
Got old.
They got old, I know. And so I haven't really replaced them. So in fact, nowadays, live, I play more down in Chattanooga than I do up here in Rhode Island, because I work as a co-producer in a recording studio in Chattanooga. And so we work with different kinds of artists. We have blues people, we have bluegrass people, we've got country people. And so I work I'm on the production team for that. And then sometimes I go down there, and there's a club that we have down there that our blues guy runs. And so the last people to see me live was I don't know, a handful of months ago, but it was down there. And people in my own state don't see me anymore. They used to, but they don't not right now. They don't.
Okay.
I do have a question for you. Your music is actually pretty popular. I'm kind of wondering, so
why are you here?
One of your
popular, obviously.
You've been covered by a lot of artists, and one of them was Johnny Rawls.
Yes.
I know him.
Yeah, great guy. I love Johnny.
Okay, I was with Little Bobby. That's who Frankie Slauson was talking about. Johnny Rawls was just up doing a blues festival in Grand Forks like last year.
Okay. Yeah, I got to know Johnny and Bob Trenchard when I was in Memphis. One of the years that I was nominated for a Blues Music Award, because I've been fortunate to have like 8 nominations. And the way that works is any year they nominate me, I go because they pay for my hotel.
It makes sense,
Yeah,
I would. Hell yeah.
It's like it's my
hell yeah.
It's my time to get
what if
down
you win
there.
and you're not there?
Yeah. So anyway, I was down there one
You gotta
year,
have
and
some schmuck up there too.
Poochie introduced us. I got to know Bob and I got to know Johnny. And then there's a club that I played a million times up here in Rhode Island called Chan's that Johnny comes up and plays at. So whenever he plays in Rhode Island, I go out and see him. And there's a we actually have a kind of an interesting co-written song. He covered one of my songs, but he kept the music, and Bob wrote a different lyric. So it's kind of like it's an unusual cooperative effort, but I like the lyric he put on it, so that was fine. And I love Johnny, his whole style. So that's I've been fortunate to do that. I mean, that's pretty recent. The one that really got me going a long time ago was Ruth Brown, and she covered one of my songs back in the 90s. And that came about because, I've worked with Duke Robillard on and off, mostly on, for over 50 years now. He was the leader of Roomful, and he hired me, to be the first trumpet player. And so then even after I left the band, we kind of continued to work together, and I'm on a dozen of his albums, and we've written a lot of songs together, and he's covered my songs. And so he was on Rounder for a while, and Ruth Brown made a record on Rounder that was produced by Scott Billington, who had produced some of Duke's records on Rounder. So he had Duke on the session, and Duke said to me, you got some good songs. Why don't you submit some songs to Ruth, and I'll see that she actually gets them and hears them, because that's always a big thing. Getting, if they don't know who you are. Mm-hmm. There's been a million people that have been handed cassettes in the last 40 years, and I think maybe 3 of them ever got heard. so if you've ever been there, you know what that's like. But anyway, it worked out because Duke was on the session, so it was really easy for him to say, well, listen, I work with this guy, and take a listen. And she liked one of the songs, and I had written it. I had done it myself on my first record. Obviously, the lyric was written for a male, and so she asked for permission to just switch the lyric around so that it worked for a female, and I was fine with that. It's just, song is the same, either way, no matter who's singing it, it works, dramatically. So that was a big thing, because I love Ruth Brown, and I never thought when I was younger that anybody like her would ever cover any of my tunes. But yeah, I've had a little bit. It's not always just covers. Sometimes it's one of the big things for me. Just about 10 years ago was I had the Blind Boys of Alabama back me up on one of my songs.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was cool because they won't. They're not like hired guns. They won't do just anything. It's what if they'll do it, it's not based on how much you're paying them. It's based on whether they approve the lyric. They either want a religious lyric or a lyric that's not, raunchy. There's things that they won't do.
Yeah.
And I had a tune that was, sometimes I write tunes that are, the lyric is like a spiritual lyric, and you can interpret it as a religious song, but it doesn't hit you over the head. Because there's a lot of people that if they think that you're preaching to them, they're going to run as fast as they can in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So I'll write a lyric that you can take more than one way. You could take it as a religious song, or you could just take it as a kind of song of like encouraging people.
Yeah.
And so they liked it. And so they came and did that. And that was one of the great days of my life, because I got to actually sing with them. They came in and they were working out their parts, and the manager said, look, would you come in and just, sing the lead so they could fill in behind you and find their parts. So I actually got a chance to do that, which was fun, because then, of course, I went back in the booth with the engineer, and they cut their track, by themselves. So yeah, we were spoiled in Roofville because we got to work with a lot of the older guys. a lot of the older blues guys, a lot of the classic rhythm and blues guys, like some of the great sax players that had rhythm and blues hits in the 50s and early 60s, like Red Prysock and Syl Austin. And that's really specialty stuff for most people nowadays, but we idolized those guys back then. We were heavily into classic R&B instrumentals and stuff. And so, you know, we work with Johnny Shines, and I was thinking, this guy toured with Robert Johnson for like 2 years as a duo, you know, in the 30s. And then it was the 70s, and he was an interesting artist because he could just accompany himself. He had a solo act, but he could work with a band just as easy. And so we did a thing on Long Island at a community college that we did a workshop and on blues. And so Johnny led the workshop, and so he was talking about blues and demonstrating stuff, and we were there. And if he needed a backup, then we would play the backup. And it was really funny because we were there with all these young kids. It was almost exclusively young white kids. And Johnny's like looking at them, and we're playing behind him. And he says, you know, and this is like 1975, which this is the kind of question that was being asked in those days. Okay. He said, you know, a lot of people ask me if white boys can play blues. He says, well, just listen to these guys. So, you know, we were accepted by the blues people and the rhythm and blues people of the older generation because we loved the stuff that they loved. And we tried to do the stuff that they did. And so we worked with Cleanhead Vincent. He was like a wild man. After I left the band, they worked with Big Joe Turner, and I got to sit in, so I got to play behind him. I've been very, very, very fortunate, and that's all playing with people. Then we opened for everybody. I mean, we opened for Wolf the year before he died, and that was just really exciting. I mean, I realized Howlin' Wolf, and you know, to get to open for him, hang out with him backstage, talk to him. He was being, at the time, I mean, I'm going to tell stories. If you guys let me run, I will tell stories, okay? Is that all right with you?
That's right. That's
okay.
Right.
Okay, so we're opening for Wolf, and Wolf, this is in 75. Wolf died in 76. And what he was doing the last year and a half, of the last part of his life, was he had to go on dialysis for like 8 hours, like a whole day, every other day. They didn't have portable dialysis in those days. And so the way he toured was he would like drive someplace, check into a hospital for a day. The next day, he would play someplace in town. Then they would get on the road and drive to another place the next. So like every other day he was performing, and every other day he was doing dialysis. Okay. So he's sitting backstage on a box listening to the other acts. And I went up to him because I idolized Wolf. And we're talking, and I'm asking him about Aberdeen, Mississippi, which is the town that he came from. And anyway, I finally got around to saying to him, listen, what you have to go through to get on stage, you know, every other day, you must, you know, you must really, you know, want to perform. You must really love performing. And he looked at me and he said, I'm downstage.
So I do have a quick question though.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a quick question and then maybe one that's a little bit longer. I was wondering what song Ruth covered for one, and then I was going to ask you, in all your travels to Memphis, did you ever make it down to Clarksdale? Bobby and I spent a lot of time down there.
I would love to go to Clarksdale, but I have not been to Clarksdale. I never got out of town when I go to Memphis.
Oh, you gotta go.
I mean, I would love to do that.
You got to go to ground zero, man.
I mean, Mississippi is where, is really where it was happening.
Ground zero is where it's at, man.
Yeah, I mean, that would definitely resonate with me. But even just Memphis is means a lot to me. But that's for other reasons, because I stretch, from the earliest blues stuff up through like soul blues and soul jazz and stuff like that. So when I was in Memphis, I go to the Stax Museum, and they had this killer video of Johnny Taylor, and I love Johnny Taylor, So I squeeze Memphis pretty good. I've been to Sun, I've been to the place that you can go to. I've been to. But anyway, what was the longer question?
Would you recognize?
Sorry, the shorter question was about Ruth. Ruth did a song of mine called
Sun Studios. Wait, where'd it go?
What's that, Sun?
For some reason, it's playing a slideshow of our trip to Memphis. I was just one.
Yeah.
But, we did a lot of traveling there, and
that's it's funny. Do you know in the room, in the recording room with the X's on the floor?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. You got like 3 X's. It's like, well, Elvis stood here, and Bill Black stood here, Scotty Moore stood here, and it's fun. It's fun to be there. I mean, that's all of that is gone, but the aroma of it remains. So it's worth doing. But anyway, Ruth did a song of mine called "Bite Your Tongue."
Bite your tongue. Okay.
Yeah, and the thing about this, the thing about the lyric, is that it's from the standpoint of an older man, maybe a father, who's got a younger woman, maybe a daughter, that's about to make a big mistake in her life, but he can't keep her from doing it.
Right.
It's because he's not the person. She's not going to listen to him. Okay. And so the song is about how he feels when he realizes that she's going to go ahead and do this, and he can't really do anything about it. So all he can do is basically, it's just bite your tongue. You're not going to open your mouth because you wouldn't have the effect that you want to have. And all Ruth did was she just turned it around that it was an older woman. And she only had to change a couple of words, and it was still the same feel. So that's what happened there.
I'm gonna have to find that and look it up.
Hey, here's a quick question for you.
Shoot.
Max Payne up here at the top, big blues fan, and all my music is based in 145. Here's a quick question for you. Did you ever work with SRV? And if so, you got any stories?
I didn't work with him. I sat in with him when he was sitting in with Roomful at Lupo's Heartbreak Hotel in Providence about a year before he passed. But no, I never worked with him. By the time I was long out of Roomful before he came on the scene. The thing that the group that was really contemporary with us was the T-Birds, was the Thunderbirds. And I can remember there was a little club that I used to play in called the Met Cafe. It held about 40 people in downtown Providence. And I used to, for a while, I was working there every Thursday night. And the first time that they came up from Texas, the Fabulous Thunderbirds played this place. It was like 40, there were like 40 people. But they Roomful knew them, and they knew Roomful, so they knew Duke. It went back and forth. And so, in fact, later on, when Jimmy Vaughn left, they hired Duke, and Kid Bangum was another Rhode Island guitar player, and for a couple of years, in one of those albums, Walk That Walk, Talk That Talk, they were the guitarists. So when they first came up, it's like we got to know them a little bit, and they were years away from signing their first record deal, and nobody knew who they were except the musicians. We came out because we knew that, we heard they were great, and they were. So yeah, but Stevie, that the other guys in the band would have stories about Stevie, but I was long gone by that. That was in the 80s, so I was long gone.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, we want to say that because of you making an appearance here on our show, you're I guess I could say it. You're our 60th guest of 2025. So
well,
you gave us 60 now. So
that's pretty
I
good.
want to say thank you for that.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you.
I mean, we're a little show, but we're different than this one. Something people here in northern Minnesota, at least for what the whole idea was and the whole plan was. Anyway, we've been doing this show for 5 seasons, and we're still going to go for probably a season or 2 more at least for now, and see how it goes. And we're getting closer to our 100th episode. So, I mean, for a guy like you who's been pretty much everywhere, what kind of advice do you have for somebody that just wants to be in the entertainment business, has tried to be in the entertainment business, gets stuck most of the time, but then finds a little bit of hope, as this podcast is anyway. And, what's your advice to keep going?
Boy, the scene has changed so much. When I was getting established, Christ, it was 50 years ago. What's not different from 50 years ago? I mean, we had cars, we didn't have horses. But that's about it. What it's always been is, you start out and you're doing it because you love doing it, and you're not. And anybody that sees you do what you're doing is good. Any exposure you can get is good, and you never know where any of it will lead. Even though it may feel like you're like not moving, not progressing, stuck in the mud, you never know who's watching, or you never know who's listening. And the way that people have always, the ones that have made it, it always comes down to the other people. It comes down to who you meet along the way, what they do, what you do. Trying to help each other out. That's always been the way that people move up, to the extent that they can move up. And nobody starts out with like high-powered friends. At least nobody I knew. But as you move along, some people start to make it a little bit, and it's a bootstrap thing where you kind of, if you committed to helping each other because you're all doing it out of a love for doing it. You know what I mean? I mean, you're in pop culture, which is a little different because that's actually popular. Blues has never been actually popular, really. There was a little boomlet in the early 60s. And then back in the 1920s, when you had Bessie Smith and Louis Armstrong. So the blues is such a niche thing today that you can kind of you can get in the game. It's like a poker game. It's like a penny ante poker game. You can get in the game with relatively little investment. If you want to get into rock or pop or whatever, it's prohibitive. You can't afford what it takes to be a player. So I mean, I think if you're kind of asking about being visible to the world at large in this crazy kind of situation we got now, where technically the entire world could be watching this show, they're probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
It could be just us.
Yeah. I mean, 2 viewers anyway.
Do you have a favorite of newer guys in the blues world?
Well,
anybody
the
you're
guy
listening to now that it's like, wow, 20 years ago you wouldn't have?
Pardon? Ask
Anybody you're
again.
listening to now that 20 years ago didn't exist?
Well, okay. Here's the guys I like, because of course it's interesting because I'm coming from an older mindset. Okay, so
yeah,
we work with a young blues guy named Jet Black that I really like, and he's got an unbelievable voice, and he's kind of a progressive blues guy. You know, Max, you were talking about building everything on 1-4-5. He's diversified, but he keeps the blues feel, and so I absolutely listen to him. Not because he's one of our clients. I listened to him before I was working at the studio too. I like what he does, and I like the sound of his voice. As a player, I love Kid Anderson, and I loved him long before I was in a position to hire him. I met Kid in Memphis because one of the years that I got nominated as a best horn player, I went down there, and the way the Blues Awards show goes, the dinner, the event it's kind of like an Academy Award show where you got to give away 30 awards in 4 hours, but in between giving the awards away, you've got music. So you've got like a house band, and then you got people that are prominently nominated for, like best blues artist or whatever. They'll get some time to perform, and then there'll be a band to back them up that'll be like the house band. And so one of the years that I went down there, I heard from this guy, Kid Anderson, because he was leading the house band at the event. And he said, we're going to be doing a couple of tunes with Willie Walker, with Little Willie Walker, and who was a soul guy who had kind of dropped out for 40 years, and then he came back in his 70s, and he was just excellent. And he made a couple of records that were great records, but he was already in his mid 70s, and so then he passed. But anyway, he's going to perform at the Blues Awards, and the record of his that he was doing a song from had a horn section on it. So Kid said to me, look, you and the other people that have been nominated in the horn category, you're all in town to see if you're going to win or not. And, because again, they paid for their hotels. So already in town, he says, since you're in town, would you be willing to back Willie up and make a section of all nominees and back him up? And so that was my introduction to Kid, and he was like the band leader. And so we got our charts, and we did our rehearsals in the hotel room, and then we went in and did the gig. Nobody got paid. We did it because to help each other out, like I was saying before. And Kid was just great. And then he knew me that way, and it's not like I was ever going to call in a favor, but he was well disposed to do something for me when I asked him. So I had him on my last couple of records, and he's been just unbelievable. So and he of course plays with everybody. So the Nightcats is probably the most prominent band that he plays with, and of course I love them. Mostly I like the older people. Some of the younger groups have been interesting that I've seen in the years that I've gone to Memphis. They didn't all stay together. Like I'd see them one year, and then the next year they would have already broken up. I think Tangled Underfoot was like that. And then there's the band with the two sisters. Do you know Max? You know the one I'm talking about? They're like two, or maybe you know.
I'm getting. I've
Are you
got a
talking
brain
about
fart, but I know who you're talking about.
St. Vincent?
Tiger Lily?
Tiger
No,
Lily. That's
no,
what
I
I was
heard of the Tiger Lilies, but I haven't seen them in person. These were like two sisters. They're really interesting. They were good. But I don't. Like I said, I stay in the bunker, so I kind of don't. The only way I see other bands is if I'm, if I go out to one of these big things where there's a million people playing, that's kind of the only way that it works for me. All the people I really like, I mean, I joke about this, but all the people that I really like are dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. How do you feel about Kev Mo and Kingfish?
Yeah. Well, Kev Mo is great, and I've seen him. Kingfish, I've heard about, but I haven't seen him live. So he's great on record, but I'd like to see him live. Kev Mo, all those guys, the guys that do Leon Bibbs the same way. The guys that do the one, the solo act things. Doug McLeod is not a young guy, but I like him a lot. The guys that come out of the storytelling tradition and work by themselves is great. But yeah, Kev Mo is excellent. But again, I stretch over to the soul side, so I would like be into Otis Clay, people like that. Although Otis has passed since. Like I said, all the people I really like.
Can I ask you another question?
Yeah.
So man, I love hearing you talk about, the fact that the blues isn't that strong in the pop culture yet. So I got a kind of a 3-part question for you here.
Yeah.
So first of all, when I was a kid, I read an article by Eddie Van Halen who taught me about 145, and it changed my life because he was a big believer that if you wanted to be able to play the guitar, to feel the soul of it, you really had to understand the blues, and that blues is as old as the earliest recordings of the blues. That is the blues basically.
Yep.
And so I took that to heart, and part of the reason for that is because it makes it easy to play with a group of people in a 12-bar turnaround. It's once you get that feeling, it really comes to life, and it's an easy way to learn. So here's my question. First of all, rock and roll, would you agree with the statement, without the blues, rock and roll uncategorically wouldn't exist, because almost every song from Chuck Berry on is based in 145. And secondly, since that's the case, who would be the favorite people that you would suggest to a novice, somebody that's like, if they were listening to this and they were thinking about learning how to play the blues, whether it's the guitar, the bass, the trumpet, whatever instrument their choice is, who would be your favorite musicians that you would say, if you go listen to this and you just spend your time understanding and emulating this, everything else will open up, will give you a good foundation to help you open up your mind into understanding the format of the blues and that style of playing.
Okay, that was 2 parts. You got a third part?
No, I'm going to leave you at that.
All right. So to answer your first part, Muddy Waters has a song, Blues Had a Baby, and they named it Rock and Roll. So yeah, I mean, there's no rock and roll without blues, but I mean, you could argue there's no jazz without blues either, because it predates both. I mean, in the case of jazz, it predates it, go back another 30, 40 years or more. So yeah, and you're exactly right. There's a reason why blues is easy to get started in, and you can do it by yourself, or you can do it with a bunch of people, and the form is really open, so you can make up songs easier as you go along. You only need one rhyme, so it's a great way to get into, get your feet wet into these different streams. That rock and roll is downstream, and jazz is downstream, and blues, latter day blues, contemporary blues is downstream. But yeah, it all goes back to those roots. So if I were talking to somebody that wanted to get turned on to it today, I would try to assess first whether that person is open to listening to old sounding music, or if they only want to hear more or less modern sounding music. So if they were the kind of person that needed to have contemporary sounding music, I would probably direct them to Stevie or Buddy Guy, or Stevie's not with us, Buddy Guy's still around, because there are a lot of people that are like very famous blues artists that to me don't really have the feeling. So I'm not going to name any of them, but they're all more famous than me. And that's okay, because it's always going to be like that.
Right.
My favorite quote about that comes from Ray Charles, because they asked him about being famous, and he said, I never wanted to be famous. I only wanted to be great.
Yeah, well, he definitely was. That's for sure.
and he was, but I mean, those are two different things. But so yeah, I would like, if I were trying to get people to warm up to whoever is doing it, like nowadays, we're pretty far from the origins. But if I had somebody that was willing to go back and listen to the real, the foundational people, I would say, listen to Robert Johnson, listen to Howlin' Wolf, listen to Muddy Waters, listen to Little Walter, listen to Sonny Boy Williamson 2, and then 1, and then and you can go from there. There's John Lee Hooker, Lightning Hopkins, God, and then if you really can tolerate bad sound. Go back to Charlie Patton, go back to Son House, go back to Blind Willie McTell. These are the people that the latter day people all learned from and built their whole careers on. So that's what I would do. But when you go back to if you go all the way back to where it's acoustic, that's a whole other thing. Some people can warm to an acoustic sound, and you can get them. You can say, listen to Lonnie Johnson, listen to Mississippi John Hurt. Mississippi John Hurt turned more people on to blues in 1963 than you can even imagine. So, but people were coming out of the folk tradition. They would sit still for one person and a guitar and sing it. But there's a lot of people that want to hear a band, and they want to hear an electric band. And so now you get into an electric band, then, listen to B.B. King, listen to Freddie King, there's so many.
I was waiting for you to say B.B. King.
Elwood.
I've got B.B. King, I've got Buddy Guy, I've got Bobby, I've got Jimmy, I've got Muddy Waters,
yeah,
Bonnie Raitt, I've got Mississippi Fred McDowell.
Yeah. I mean, there's a long roster. By the way, when I was in Roomful, we did a lot of gigs with Bonnie because we had the same management. So we opened for her a lot because she was bigger than we were at the time, and that was a lot of fun. All right, so now I'm going to tell you a B.B. King story. Okay, you want to hear? This is okay. So in 1974, I was in Roomful of Blues, and we played a concert at the racetrack called Suffolk Downs outside of Boston. Because it was a racetrack, they had a big open area. It was an outdoor concert. And it was called the Sunset Concert because it ran from about 6:30 to about 8 o'clock. So by the time it was dark, the headliner was on, and then that was it. So B was the headliner. And so we were one of the bands that was opening for him. So we had done our set, and it was still quite a long time before he was going to have to go on. So we were all hanging out back in the area. There was a stage, and so we were all in the back. And it was our first time meeting B.B. King, who was one of the nicest most personable people you could, and I'll tell you a story that proves it in a minute, but there are two stories. So the first one is, so we're hanging out back with BB King, and he just feels like telling a story. So he says, all right, let me tell you guys a story. He said, a number of years ago, I had an alto player in my band who had a very jealous wife. Very jealous. She never wanted to let him out of her sight. She did not trust him at all. So we were on the road once at one of these big places, and outdoors, and there was like a big outhouse. It wasn't there wasn't any plumbing. There was just a trough, and it was a big outhouse, but it was enclosed in knotty pine. So my alto player and I both felt the urge at the same time. So we go in, we're going into this building, and we're standing next to each other at the trough, and we're doing our business. And I happen to look over to the side wall, and in the knotty pine wall, there's a knot that's missing. So there's a hole, and there's an eye looking through the hole. He said, so I didn't say anything. I just kind of nudged my alto player who was standing to my right, and I kind of motioned, and he looked over, and he saw that there was an eye looking through the hole. So he turned, and he directed his stream into the hole. And the eye went away. He said, now, when we all were done, we went out of the building, and that was his wife.
Oh, my God.
Nice. The first time we met him, he told us this story. It was like we were, all right. So this is this is an interesting night. I actually have a video where I tell this story, not maybe the part I just told you, but definitely the second part. So we're at Suffolk Downs in Boston, and the night is over, but it's only like 8:30 because it's the Sunset concert. So B is sitting around, and he says, well, it's not that late. Is anybody playing in Boston? So in those days, you didn't have a phone you could look at, but they had those, they had those free papers that they gave out. And so we're looking in the free papers and said, hey, Muddy is playing at Paul's Mall, which was a big club in downtown Boston on Boston Street. So B says, well, let's go over there and see him. So he went, and we went separately, and we get into Boston, and I actually had my car because in those days we had a school bus, but the school bus was broken about 30% of the time. So we had to take our own vehicles to gigs sometimes. So I was driving, and so I drive us in, and I park on Boylston Street, and we go into Paul's Mall, and we all went in together. And so B goes in, and of course everybody sees him. They don't know us, but they know him. So we sit down, and he's sitting down, and Muddy is doing his set. And Muddy looks out, and of course he knows that B is in the audience. So he finishes his tune, and he says, well, ladies and gentlemen, we got BB King is in the audience. Come on up and play. So B goes up, he has a guitar with him. He goes up, and so he plugs in, but before he plays, he turns to the audience. Now, this is not his gig. It's Muddy's gig. And he says, folks, I just want to tell you that there was a great band that opened for me tonight at the Sunset concert, Room Full of Blues. Stand up and take a bow. And he made us take a bow in this audience, and it wasn't even his gig. To give you an idea of how, what kind of a guy he was. And
It's awesome.
so then, we kind of stood up and sat down, but then he sat in. He was great, and so I got to see B.B. King with Muddy Waters, which was exceptional. But that was a heck of a night, and the end of the night was kind of the most amazing part, because, as I said, I was driving my own car to gigs, and so we had to put our equipment in the trunk. So there was Duke's guitar, and we had a couple of the sax guys with me. So their horns were in the trunk. My horn was in the trunk. There were a couple of small amps in the trunk, and so the night is finally over, and we come out of Paul's Mall, and we turn left, and we look down Boylston Street, which was a very well lit street, and I'm parked maybe 100 feet down. And I can see that my trunk's open. Right. That face you're making is exactly right, Mama T. You're going, oh, no. Oh, man. So we start walking up to my car. We get to my car. Everything is still in the trunk.
Oh, my God.
We must have been in Paul's Mall for 2 hours. Nothing was touched.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I figured I
got
used
lucky.
my good luck for like the 70s and the 80s all in one night.
Wow.
You had an angel on your shoulder
Yeah.
that night.
But, and the guys were all ready to kill me.
Hey,
I
Because,
thought you were going to say somebody broke in and left you an accordion.
yeah,
Al, I'd like to ask you my third question. I
sure,
did
knock yourself out. I'm having fun with this.
So you know what, man? We all have that moment in our life when you were touched by the blues. And so here's my question for you: at what point in your young life, who was it? And because I'm sure you have a moment where you went,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, man, that's the shit I'm doing the rest of my life right there."
Well,
Can
I'll tell you.
Can you share that with us?
Sure. It's I gotta set it up a little bit, but we've got some time. So I was in college. I was at Brown in Providence, and I got in. And by the way, my degrees are in writing. As I say, I'm a writer, but I'm a performer too. But at the time, I was not playing. I had put my trumpet away, and I didn't play all through the 4 years of college. And I never thought I was going to pick it up again, because I had played it for 10 years, but I was just like in orchestras and marching bands and stuff like that. And I wasn't a very particularly good classical player, but I could read music. And so, I was in bands, but I didn't know about other kinds of music. So I went through my 4 years and I graduated, and this was during Vietnam, and I was going to get drafted. So I enlisted in the National Guard, and I went away for 6 months, and then I came back, and all of my classmates, of course, were gone. So I had to make new friends, because I'm not in school anymore, and the friends that I made were local musicians. And so one of them was this guy named Scott Hamilton, who was a harp player. He had a blues band, and he had a harp. He played harp, and he had a guitar player named Fred Bates, who was 7'2", right, who refused to play basketball. He would not play basketball, but he played guitar.
Wow.
So anyway, these people were my friends, and I used to go to their gigs. I don't play anything, right? I'm just a fan. So I go to their gigs. So they had a gig once in Providence in the basement. This is, Frankie, you asked earlier, how do you get started?
Yeah.
My friends had a gig in the basement of the Congregational Church in Providence. So it's like, no, you're not too big for any any gig you take when you're starting out. So they're going to play, and they were not the only band there. There was another band there called the Tombstone Blues Band. And that band was very well known locally. And so I go in there, and my friends did their set. And then the Tombstone Blues Band does their set. And they had, I mean, it's really interesting, the lineup that they had, because they had Steve Nardella on harp, if you know him, he's a Chicago harpist. He eventually moved to Chicago and made it. Johnny Nicholas, who moved to Texas and has had a very nice career. And the guitar player was Duke Robillard. Except nobody called him Duke at the time. They called him Honey Bear, and he had curly hair, and he had a bib overall, and he was playing a Gibson, and he was unbelievable. He just completely knocked me out. And I said, "Boy, this guy is talented." And so this would have been in 1971. And he left that band and started, he had a couple other bands in between, but before 1971 was over, he had started Roomful of Blues. And so I knew who he was, and I was impressed with him as a player, and he started this great band. Meantime, I was friends with this guy, Scott Hamilton, who, by the way, has gone on to be one of the foremost tenor sax mainstream jazz guys alive, and he lives in Italy and works all over Europe. And he said to me, because they used to have jam sessions. Duke would come over to Scott's house, and they would have these sessions in the front room, and I would go over just to listen because I liked the music. And one day Scott said to me, "Didn't you used to play an instrument?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I played the trumpet, but I gave it up." He said, "Well, look, if you ever want to pick it up again, you could, you could play with us here. And it's a chance, you're going to suck when you start, but that's okay.
Yeah,
we're all friends, and you can do that. So you'll have a place where you can struggle and nobody will give you a hard time." And so I did it. I picked up the trumpet and started playing. And then I discovered that, wait a minute, this is all about learning how to make up your own solos. This isn't about reading something off a piece of sheet music. This is interesting. So then I started in 1971, and I mean, I'm still improving now. I'm kind of starting to get it. And that's not a lie. That's not a lie. When COVID happened, I spent a lot more time practicing because there was nowhere to go and nothing to do. And my playing has just gotten better in the last few years. But that's when I started. And because I had friends, so the first thing was I saw Duke and I was impressed with his musicianship, and the music just got to me. And then I had an invitation to try. And so I did that. And then by the time another year had gone by, I played in public for the first time with Scott and his band. And then a year after that, Duke hired me to be the trumpet player in Roomful. He had 3 saxes, and he wanted a four horn section with the trumpet as the lead sound. And so then I was with them for a couple of years, and we didn't kill each other, which was kind of surprising.
Well, we don't want to keep you up too much there, Al, but we want to say thank you for being a part of the show, first of all. And you definitely are a good storyteller, that's for sure, as far as our interview goes. I didn't know really how to really, because I know a little bit about you and your music and stuff, but I learned so much now in this interview, and it's like, it seems like you know how to do these things. I'm surprised you don't have an Al Basile podcast. You know?
Well, I actually do, but it's a poetry one.
Ah,
I have I know a lot of poets, and so I had two friends join me every month. And you know what it is? It's kind of musical. We have our format is like a song poll. You know, where you go around a circle and everybody does a song, and then you move around. That's what we do. We each one of us reads a poem. We talk about it a little bit, and we go to the next one, and they read one, and then we go around 5 times, and it's like a song poll, except it's with poems. I've been doing that for 4 years now.
I mean, the only poem that I know, I mean, is and it's deep from the heart, and I will tell it to you because I feel you like this type of. You probably could appreciate this type of comedy, but the only one that I really know is, Gene made a machine, JoJo made it go, Art blew a fart, blew the whole damn machine apart. You know?
Oh, come on!
I know it's Dirty Limit.
Kidding me?
There was a man from Nantucket.
I knew that was coming.
Well,
Hey,
you should have the last word. It is your show.
He had so many kids, her uterus fell out.
Well, I mean, Al.
I want to know about your plays. You're a playwright as well. What
Yeah,
kind of plays do you write?
Well, I write in different genres. They all run about an hour. I've got a couple that are, mystery thriller plays. I've got a science fiction play. I've got like a family, like a very, very straight family story play about a couple that used to have a husband and wife comedy act in the 60s, like Stiller and Mira, for example. And then they break up. They have a child, and then they break up. And then the wife raises the child and has nothing to do with the husband. And the husband goes on and does a solo act. And the play is about how when the son turns 21, a bunch of things happen, and eventually they're all reconciled. But what was interesting about it was I had to write like stand-up, one scene, 2 scenes that are stand-up comedy scenes for the guy, and a scene, 2 scenes that were husband-wife back and forth scenes. And writing comedy is very interesting. So yeah, so I'm working on my 7th. I've done one a year since 2019. So I'm working on my 7th one right now. We're going to record it in another week. We've been rehearsing.
One thing that we haven't talked about that we should talk about before we let you go is your new album.
Yeah.
Blues in the Hand. Tell us kind of the story of how that kind of came to be.
Well, the last record that I made was a career retrospective because I had my record company for 25 years, a couple of years ago. And so I made a record where we remastered like 17 tunes from the first 25 years. And so then I wanted to come back this time with all new stuff. And I didn't make a record last year. So this year, and I'm always writing. So I had about, I usually write about a dozen or 13 songs a year. So I had a couple of years worth stored up. So when it came time to make this one, out of the 25, I picked the ones that I thought fit best together. And I work with people. A lot of them are ex-Roomful people. Some of them still work with Duke. I have Kid. I work with just excellent people, and they've been on a lot of my records. And so we get together, and they know how to make me sound good, and I know how to kind of lead them and give them instructions on what I want. And the big thing different about this record is that since last year, I now produce myself. So Duke produced my first 18 records, and then I produced the last 2. But the new one is the one that I've actually produced because the last one was all remastering. So we weren't tracking and doing new stuff. So I've been working as a co-producer, as I mentioned earlier, And so now I put all of that experience to work working on my own project. So as a result, what we got now is a record that I'm responsible for the sound. I made all the decisions in mixing and in the mastering with the help of my engineer and partner, Glenn Halverson, who's got this studio in Chattanooga.
Very
and so
cool.
it's my thing. The sound of the record is mine. And of course, the playing on the record is mine. And I doubled up my solos. I made them longer. So there's like more of my playing on this record. And then, of course, I wrote all the songs. So everything about this record, I'm responsible for like all of it. So if you think it sucks, you blame me.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be a good album to listen to.
I think it's my best album because of the stuff I just said. So yeah, I would, if you want to get to know what I do, it's a great place to start, because I think it's my best sounding album, as well as it's definitely got my best playing on it, and my singing is right up to par, and I like all the songs, and it's I don't know how to describe it. It's like to have your head empty and then get an idea for a song, and then a year later it's a record.
Oh, absolutely.
So I was there when it was nothing, and then it kind of blew up into something. So every step of the way I've been involved. So it's very satisfying, and we're very happy with it. I'm very fortunate to have made so many records, and I've lived as long as I have, and to not have, to be productive, not to fall apart, not to get sick, not to go crazy, not to,
now you're on our show. Now they'll make you really crazy now.
Yeah,
crazy is all about perspective.
Well, I didn't know what to expect, because, like I said, I saw some of your early shows. I saw some of your very first shows, like on different other platforms. And I was like, oh, man, I don't think I can curse with these people.
Oh, sure you can. Sure you can.
Funny.
Of course I could, but I wouldn't.
Yeah, you're more professional than ours.
You are a comedian, aren't you?
What's that?
You are a comedian. I bet you those stand-up gigs were pretty good in that play.
Well, the actor that I had doing the part is the funniest person I've ever known. So he made it pretty easy to get laughs. It's the singer, not the song sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you, Al, and everybody for being on the show. This has been a fun interview. I mean, honestly, guys, we're with the legendary Al Basile, for crying out loud. I mean, isn't it exciting?
Well, I will only thank you, and I will only correct you on one thing. Even though my name really is Basile, it's Italian. We don't say that. We say Basil, and we rhyme it with Hazel, because the Americans are kind of slow on the uptake.
Well, whatever. I mean, hey,
what does he mean by that?
All of the rest of you that have been listening and let me shoot my mouth off, thank you very much. You've been very patient. You could have stopped me at any time.
Oh, we try not to.
I like this. Having a new guy is great.
Good. I like telling stories, and there was some good questions. And Max, you had good questions too. I like that too. So.
Well, just so you know, that Max is a former professional wrestler. He used to wrestle for WCW and the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, yeah, I know you've had that connection. I've seen. Have you had other wrestlers on before in earlier shows?
Oh yeah. And next week we're getting Justin Race back on. He's Harley Race's son.
Yeah, so like when
I was a wrestler too, but I didn't make it as much as Max Payne did, but I made it.
Hold on, I got something for you here. Hold on.
There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps on the way to heaven, Can't everybody all on the top step.
Actually,
Stairway to heaven, but it's a highway to hell.
Oh, I love you, man.
That's not steps. That's a slide.
Yeah, but Mad Dog had something Max Payne didn't have. Screaming Sam as a manager, bitch.
Well, that's true.
What you gonna do when the mad dog takes a bite out of you?
Oh, this is great. I'm glad I heard from the rest of you because you were so. I mean, I'm thinking, what are these guys thinking? They're not saying anything. What's going on here?
Well, this is not my. I mean, Max Payne played the guitar. There's not too many things that Max Payne didn't do. So
once again, hold on. I got something coming up again. God damn it!
Well, we had to sit and listen. Frankie threatened us.
One's dead, the other two hate each other. I don't have no.
I got to admit, it's a very unique. You got a unique setup for a show, to have these cohorts, all on the screen. Like I said, you're all on the screen at the same time. You look at it and you go, well, Christ, it's a good thing they're not across the street because if they all decided to rush the house, I'd be in trouble.
It seems a little overwhelming at first, doesn't it?
None of us can run that fast. You could get away.
Hey, Al, just give us your address.
You're not.
Your address.
I'll probably see two of these guys next week.
What's that?
I'll probably see two of these guys in the next week. So, yeah, we're close. We're that close, and I'll be leaving for hunting. So, yeah, it'll be fun. I can't wait.
We're gonna watch some live music on Saturday, aren't we?
All right. Well, we don't want to take up any more of your time. It's already 7 o'clock, and we appreciate everybody for being on the show. Next week we'll have John Racing. And
Thanks,
man,
Al.
I tell you, it's we're just making headway. Season 5, Frankie Sausage Show, Renegade Radio, Frankie Sausage Renegade Radio with Al Basile, man, or Basile.
This is my week. I like Basile. I'm
Basile, whatever.
Please a reminder, that's all.
All right. See you guys next time.
Hey, this is my week. Hit my music.
When it comes to podcasts and social media, stick with the best. Grand Forks' best source. Keep up to date with local happenings and news, interviews with city leaders, athletes, nonprofits, and of course, lots of feel-good stories. You know, Grand Forks' best source is a great way to advertise your business or events with the most economical ad packages available. And contact us to find out how you can have your own podcast with the best studio in the area. Check out Grand Forks' best source on your favorite social media app. Grand Forks' best source, the Forks' best local podcast. Call 701-213-0863 or online at gfbestsource.com. We love the Forks. Grand Forks' best source, giving the Forks their identity again.
Now to add insult to injury, some of these stores, they keep the condoms locked up behind a glass case, like you're buying a video game or something, right? An expensive electronic. You have to ask some teenager for permission so you can fuck later that night, you know? Some kid with a ring of keys gets to decide if you get laid or not. And I think it's a dick move, man. When the store keeps the condoms locked up, basically what they're saying is that they don't want poor people stealing safe sex. Yeah, and let's face it, folks, anybody who would steal a condom is probably somebody who should be using a condom, right? So, can we just let them have it, Walmart? Holy shit, do a public service. Come on, man.
What are you, Gail? None of your business.
And what are you supposed to be tonight, Mr. Parker?
I'm definitely not someone who just was in Paris visiting the Louvre, I'll tell you that much.
Wow, Doris, what's your costume supposed to be?
Breadwinner.
What are you dressed as, Randall?
Oh, me? I'm someone you can count on.
Oh, that's good.
Martha, what are you supposed to be? I'm a Spice Girl.
And what are you supposed to be, Mr. Thompson?
Your grandfather clock.
Ah, that's good.
Who are you cheering for tonight?
Let's go ceiling!
Oh, my God.
And what are you supposed to be, Mr. Henson?
I'm an old timer.